Okay, this is a vision that I had 7/13 of 2025, and it just feels really significant to me. Please pray about everything that I share. I'm just reading what God is giving me. But please take everything that you hear before God and just ask Him about it. I don't really understand everything in this vision, but it just feels really significant to me. I was worshiping in tears in the middle of the night of the 13th, and all of a sudden I was seeing the city of God on the top of this mountain. It was very, very beautiful. This golden city of God was so huge, so beautiful. I'd never seen it this way before. And then I was seeing Jesus is King rising up for this great city in heaven. He was so big, so beautiful, white. He was wearing white, rising up from this golden city, wearing his golden crown, and his arms were spread out very wide. And then Jesus was God, laughing and smiling. And I was seeing this ocean at the bottom of this mountain cliff. This golden city, again, on the edge of it, above it. And then I was watching this blue, fiery sword of God come crashing down with great thundering force. And the sea was very violently being split in half by the force of his sword hitting the waters. And it was this intense sound of thunder, like as his sword hit the waters. The water is flying up everywhere so high, so violently. It's not rolling back on the sides at all. It is just split very suddenly in half. And I was seeing this splitting like from the perspective of standing, like it was like I was standing on the bottom of the ocean floor, watching all this water flying up and this sword of God just hitting the ground in front of me so intensely. And I was so small, and I was watching all of this water be sliced so violently in front of me. And I was seeing this mountain with the city of God on it rising up in front of me, going up higher and higher into the sky, getting further and further away from the sea. And I was hearing, my boundaries are eternal. I establish them on my time frames with the sound of my voice. My boundaries are eternal, and they move only by the sound of my voice. I establish them in the hearts of men. And then I was hearing division, division, division. I am dividing the waters of the sea now. Hear my voice, hear my thunder. Choose which side of my blade you will be on now, my people. Listen to me. This is a division of the people's doing, but it cannot be stayed now. Take cover, take cover, take cover in me now, my people. And I was watching a huge wind whipping up on the top of the sea now on the right-hand side of the sea. And I was watching the open hand of God rising up out of the sea with water streaming down off of it as it rises from it on the left side of the sea. The winds are getting stronger and stronger on both sides now, and the seas are getting rougher and rougher. And I'm watching birds trying to navigate the winds that are becoming far too strong now. On the left-hand side, the side of the ocean that had God's hand like coming up out of it like this. And they're landing in the cupped hand of God. These birds now taking shelter in his fingers. And I was seeing, as the winds were whipping up, a single lone canoe floating on the water. The next thing that I saw, the canoe had flipped over, and all I saw was a dead body floating through the water. And I knew that this single canoe and the single body was representative of a lot of people. And I couldn't figure out, like, what does a canoe mean? And it was very interesting when I looked it up. It said a self-propelled vessel, ministry in its own strength, ministry not of the Holy Spirit. And then I was hearing, the gale force winds are coming now. Make your choices oh so wisely now, my people. And I was watching this very small speedboat on the right-hand side come crashing into the rock wall of the mountain, and it just exploded and went up into flames on that side of the ocean. And I was hearing the hand of God will not be stayed now. And then I was hearing mercy or judgment. And then I was watching it beginning to rain on the ocean now. And somehow I was still standing at the bottom of the ocean with the water still parted on either side of me. That's how I was like watching all of this. And I was hearing the people will be divided now ever so sharply. There will be no mistaking now who is of the world and who is of me. My hand of mercy is open for all who truly seek me, and the decisions of those on the earth who have chosen self over my voice, evil over mercy, and those who know they have continuously chosen to repeatedly walk away from my still small voice will see the consequences of the brilliance of man's own wisdom now. And he didn't mean that like actual brilliance. It was very like tongue-in-cheek. The earth is raging beneath the surface, and much is arising from the depths now that will not at first be seen, nor will many understand. So much is arising now, and so much is arising now, and though my hand is available to save all, it is not my hand that I am referring to that is arising from the depths now. A storm is brewing that is not of me. I let things unfold and come to the surface now, the likes of which most people have never seen before now. I let men's own choices careen straight ahead, unchecked now. It was like I was kind of seeing that speedboat that I saw earlier that exploded. And then he said, I am mercy, and I'm seeing the hand of God with the birds taking shelter in it. And then I am heard, I am thunder. And I was hearing that, like the loud crack of thunder. And I was seeing the blue sword coming down and slicing the waters in the ocean. And then I was hearing, choose you this day whom you will serve, in the deep thundering voice of God, with the sound of the gale force winds whistling behind his voice. And then I was hearing, anchor now, steady now, choose your final destination now. And I was watching the waters pull away from the mountain at its base, and I was seeing beach, lots of beach being created. And then watching these huge, terrifying walls of water rushing in and crashing over the beaches from like every side at like lightning fast speed. And then I was hearing it again, choose you this day whom you will serve. It will either be self or it will be me. And mankind will be allowed to have exactly what he has chosen. And I was seeing a set of scales, one side far too light, and I was hearing, many, many Tekla Parsons, you have been found weighed in the balance, and you have been found wanting. And I'm watching the hand of God writing it on the wall now, and with one finger he points directly at me, although I knew it was representative of many people here. And I was hearing it again now. It was like he was just like talking to like all people on the earth. Choose you this day whom you will serve. Time too is being weighed in the balance of the eternal, and there is not much left now. And I was looking at a stopwatch now, and the numbers were speeding by so fast on it that I couldn't even see them clearly. They were all just like a blur. And I'm hearing, time is speeding forward now. Whom will you serve? And I was watching the blue fiery sword of God come down again, dividing the waters so clearly now in one swift motion. And I was hearing, mankind is dividing itself now by its own choices. My sword of truth will make those choices clear now. And then I was hearing, devotion, devotion, devotion. All I desire from my people now is a pure heart of devotion, and listening to me, serving me, spending time with me, and following what I say to them. Be consecrated unto me now, my people. And when the storm comes, you will find that you are held safely in the palm of my hand. And then I was seeing a nest cradled in the palm of God's hand, and two larger birds flying from the edges of his fingers with meat in their beaks, carrying sustenance and nutrition for the smaller birds who are weaker, now sheltered doubly by the storm, sheltered by the hand of God, and safe, sheltered by the hand of God, and secondly, by his provision. And now I'm hearing so clearly, choose wisely now, my loves, and I will be your unfailing protection and provision in the eye of the storm. And I'm watching the hand of God rise up greatly now out of the sea, up above the billowing clouds and winds and rain. And I'm just seeing sunshine and blue sky way up above, around the birds in his hand. And I'm hearing, choose me, my darlings. I am your never failing high tower, your only true refuge, your enduring protection and provision. My hand of mercy shelters you from all oncoming storms, and the one that is coming quickly now, there will be no escape from save that of the hand of my mercy. Yeah, and that was that vision, and I felt like at that point in time he was announcing really clearly, like, get ready, there is this division coming between those who truly serve me and those who just keep refusing me. And it is not going to be pretty. And I am dividing the people now. I am dividing the people with my sword. And this isn't something that I wanted. This is something that is unavoidable. It is unavoidable now. Choose you this day whom you will serve. And yeah, it was very intense when I got that. And I just feel like this is really important now. So yeah, pray about that.